What's going on, Marvel Legends fans? This is Solid Dave Snake, continuing Marvel Legends March here at my YouTube channel, and today bringing you a classic Marvel Legends review, all the way back from the Toy Biz era, Marvel Legends Series 4, The Punisher. And this was actually the very first Punisher done for Marvel Legends, and holds that more classic, iconic look from the Punisher of whenever he first appeared in the Spider-Man comic, all the way to his first issues of Punisher. And it is him without the trench coat in that classic black and white suit. But before we actually take a look at him, we're going to take a look at some of the accessories he comes with. And one of the neat things about the earlier Marvel Legends during the Toy Biz era was they came with some really neat bases. And this is one of my more favorite ones from those early days, just because it is a little diorama piece that could work with a lot of different kind of action figures. It is very highly detailed too. It's basically a couple pieces you put together. If I flip it over, you can see where it connects there. So it's just this lower base going into this wall piece, and then you have to assemble this little bit of grating here on the side of the building too. But it's really detailed, and I'll get in a little closer, let you see how they detailed the concrete on the wall and the bricks behind it, the boards over top the window. Neat detail with that railing being busted out on the side. And on the base, there's actually weapons, which is really fitting for the Punisher. An MP5 back there, a little revolver, a couple handguns and clips laying down there. And there's little peg holes all over this thing. A couple down below and one up here on the grating. So you can position your figures in any way that you want them up here. But I thought that was really neat. And of course, what would the Punisher be without coming with some weapons? And he comes with two. He comes with a pistol. It's a little handgun, with the only paint difference being that silver up where the bullets eject. And then he comes with an assault rifle too, but this one's a little warped with how it was in the packaging. And if you have a hair dryer, that's an easy fix though. But it's mainly black with a little bit of silver there on the clip. Almost a little silver speckling throughout, really. But Punisher needs his guns, so those were must-have accessories. And overall, from head to toe, this was a great first outing for the Punisher. We have gotten better head sculpts since, but I'm actually a fan of this one. Very comic bookish. He has that jet black hair. A little piece coming down over his forehead, which is fitting. And they gave him like a little 5 o'clock shadow, but it looks real muddy right here on the chin area. And around the mouth, which I don't like that. Almost looks like he was eating a turd. But I do like the expression on his eyebrows, how that left one is raised up. You see the wrinkles on his forehead and nose, like he's giving a pissed off look. And for the main insignia on his chest of the skull, I really like the detailing on it. How it has that little bit of black throughout. And the eyes came out really nice on it. He has pouches going all around his waist, which have a lot of black wash to them. And same thing, some pouches on his hip area. No holsters though, which I was surprised he didn't have. And his boots turned out really nice too. I like the straps on the side, they turned out nice. So, a really good looking Punisher action figure. And articulation, Toy Biz Marvel Legends were a lot different than the Hasbro Marvel Legends that have been released thus far. Toy Biz had a lot of different articulation, and we'll just go over it here from head to toe. At the head, he is on a ball joint and hinge at the upper neck, which you can get him to look that far down and that far up. And he does have a swivel right here at the lower part of the neck too, which is kind of odd. And he has a ball joint and hinge at the shoulders, which will go really far up and all the way back down, and of course rotate all the way around. He has that bicep cut up here. He has double hinged elbows, and he has a cut at the upper glove and a hinge right where the wrist is. And something that you will not see in current Marvel Legends is hand articulation, which is nice for this Punisher because you can get him to hold weapons really easy. And of course his finger is extended to fit inside of the triggers. So that's neat. He has that on both sides. He has no ab crunch. These older Marvel Legends usually didn't. And he has a waist swivel, but it feels like it wants to stop there because of the belt. So you can only get minor rotation out of it. And here's something else that's different at the hips. He does not have a ball joint. He will kick out, which it'll only go about that far up and not back at all. But he has this hinge right here, which will go outward, kind of like how the new Walking Dead figures are. And he has a cut here at the upper thigh, double jointed knees, which go really far up. And he has a cut at the upper boot, which is hidden nicely. And a hinge at the ankle. And instead of the ankle pivot, he has a little bit of an ankle rocker right there, which you can only get a little bit of slight movement out of. And a hinge at the foot, which is something you'll never see in Marvel Legends again also. So definitely different articulation wise. It's neat taking a look at these older Marvel Legends now, considering how different Hasbro makes them. But alright guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned. There will be more Marvel Legends March coming up.